Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So, are you ready for another episode of Max's Gut Choice? This will be episode number 6 already. Blimey, the weeks are flying by. Now, if you are new here, you may not know what this segment is. This is my Thursday segment. It replaces my Tile of the Week Thursday, and it is called Max's Gut Choice for a reason. Yes, my little boy Max is involved. No, he doesn't appear on camera because his job in this segment is behind the scenes. Now, I will briefly go through the story for the newbies. If you've already heard this story, then please fast forward a few seconds, maybe a minute or so. But if you want to know the story, stick around. Basically, earlier this year, Mike got me this item here from my Amazon wish list. And inside are lots and lots of these tiny little bonbons of yarn. I think there is roughly about 60 of them. And just to run through it again, it's Mira Handicrafts. It is a DK Lightweight 3, 100% acrylic, 22 yards or 20 meters. They are 10-gram little bonbons made in China. You can wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not tumble, do not iron, do not bleach. Dry clean using P. And recommends a 3.75 to 4.5 millimeter needles and a 4.5 to a 5.5 millimeter hook. And they are all the colours you could possibly ever imagine, pretty much. So about 60, all different colours in this bag. Now, when I got them, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do with them. And I had to think on my feet. And then Tile of the Week ended. And I thought it would be a perfect way to fill my Thursdays for a little while. So I did pull one of the bonbons out of this bag. And I had a little bit of a play around. And you would think that Manfa is a little squared out after the tiles, but not necessarily, because as I was playing with them, I decided on this version of a square. It did take more than one attempt with various hook sizes and various stitches to get it so that it would work. I picked this fuchsia magenta colour, obviously, because pink is my favourite. And what it is 4 rounds of a traditional granny using double crochets, US terminology. So 4 rounds of your traditional granny, and then another round of granny, but instead of using double crochets, using half double crochets, and then a final finishing off row of single crochets with a single chain 2 single in the corner. And I did that just in case if I were joining these together, I would have a really easy, even edge to join with the same number of stitches. Now, this yarn isn't the best feeling yarn. It is really, really cheap feeling and it's scratchy and yeah, it's just not the nicest of quality. But they are only tiny little 10-gram bonbons. So, and I think the bag was quite a reasonable price for what we get in it. So I don't really want to join these together in a wearable. I don't really want these together in a blanket because it's just not comfy and squishy and soft. It needs to have a more durable purpose, in my opinion. So what I am planning to do, because for a little while I didn't know what I was going to do with them, I am going to copy the gorgeous Crafty Moo Sarah. If you don't know Moo, then you need to go and head over there and check her out. She is wonderful. She's got lots of lovely content on her channel. And actually, she has released a video recently showing that she is making these squares alongside me. And she is stitching them onto the front of jute gift bags. and those gift bags she will be gifting at Christmas time, stuffed full of goodies. And I absolutely fell in love with that idea. So not only is Moo supporting me by joining in making the squares, I'm going to copycat and join Moo in either stitching or gluing these onto some jute bags as gift bags. So that is what these are going to eventually end up being. So like I said, I picked this colour to begin with, and then this is where Max comes in. I thought it would be lovely to involve Max. A lot of other podcasters and content creators sometimes involve their families in what they are making. And at Christmas, I was gifted this lovely black metal bin here, because in my childhood we had a grey metal bin of a similar size that was stuffed full of all of our hats, gloves and scarves. It lived in our dining room, so whenever we were going out into the cold, we could go and grab our hats, gloves and scarves out of the bin. And the bin was called Gutt, because sometimes you stuff your gut, right? And your gut can hold a lot from time to time. Yes, so I've got my very own Gutt now. So what I am asking Max to do is, when Gutt needs filling, I can't be around at all. I need to be busy in another room or out of the house, at work, whatever. And he needs to go into this bag and he needs to select whatever colours he wants. It's totally his choice. And he can pick either 1, 2 or 3 every time, and then he pops them into Gutt without me seeing, and then I pop on here and do these episodes for you, and we discover together what Max's Gutt choice is every week. So that is the synopsis of this segment. So like I said, I practiced with this fuchsia magenta. The next time he picked this bright orange and bright green. The next time he picked a turquoise, a burgundy-ish red and a baby pink. The next time he picked a baby blue and an aquary minty green. The next time he did a duplicate of a minty green. And then last week we had a lovely bright yellow, a lilac-y lavendery purple, and the same fuchsia magenta that I started off with. So he has varied it. Sometimes there's been 3, sometimes there's been 2, and once we had just 1. So depending on how many he has picked this week will depend on how long this video is going to be, because what I also do is I sit and make those squares chatting to you in real time on this video, so you can see that they are being made up in real time. So the only thing left to do, guys, is to see what Max has in store for us this week, okay? And also, another big thank you to those that are continuing to join in with me. I love the fact that some of you are using the same square pattern. I'm loving the fact that some of you are making your own squares to your own requirements. I'm loving that some of you are trying to match the colours as closely as possible. But I'm also loving everyone else's twist on it as well. Jules is making her squares dependent on something she's seen in somebody's YouTube video, whether she wants that colour, she's been inspired by a colour, whatever the case may be. And there are other people joining in as well. Now, this is not a crochet along, guys, just like Tile of the Week was not a crochet along, but some of you really like the idea copying or putting your own spin on and joining in, and that is fantastic. But there is absolutely no pressure. This is just something I'm doing on my channel with you. You want to do it too, amazing. But if you don't, that is absolutely fine as well. Just give us a little bit of a cheerlead if you could. That would be great. So, are we ready to open Gutt? I wonder how many he has picked and what colours. Who knows? 1, 2, 3. Oh, just 2 this time. And very Halloween, I might say. My goodness gracious. Right, let's put bin over there, out of the way. He has picked an orangey colour and a purple. Now, it isn't as bright as the previous orange that he chose, so it is a different shade of orange, which is fabulous. We haven't had this one yet. And this is a darker purple to the purple one that we've done. So they are two new colours. So I am going to get a crack on because we need to get these squares made. Now, what I have found is not every single one. Oh, and I'm using my 5.5mm dots as well, guys, by the way. Been using the same hook for all of them. What I am finding is not every single bonbon has the same amount of yardage on it. And in most of the episodes so far, I have had to play Yarn Chicken, which has been a little bit embarrassing. But that's okay. It's real life. It shows that I am in no way, shape, or form an expert or a pro, that I make mistakes and have to frog as well. And there is no way of telling how much yarn is on these, is on these until you get going. So, fingers crossed that there is no yarn chicken this time. But yes, we need to get both of them made and done. So, oh, well, that's not good right from the beginning, is it? We had this as well another time. I'm going to try and crochet it in and see if I can get it to not be too bad, and then I can trim off the bits that are sticking out, maybe. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Looks very messy and horrible. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let me pause and get some scissors. Bear with. Okay, guys, I'm back. What I decided to do was to cut the yarn after that knot. So I have lost a fair chunk. So we may actually have to play Yarn Chicken. Oh, good gravy. Right, take two. I'm not hiding any of it from you. I'm showing it when it goes wrong as well. I'm showing you real life, and I don't edit, guys, so you get to see everything, good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get going. I'm really loving the fact that these are Halloweeny colours. I don't know if that was part of his decision making. I have asked Max what his thought processes are when he's choosing yarn and deciding how many. And the cheeky little monkey said, well, it depends on if I feel like making you sit on camera for a long time or not. He said, but it also depends how long I've got to secretly get the yarn into Gutt without you seeing. He said, because sometimes you're just around all the time and I've only got seconds. So there is really no rhyme or reason, like there's no set reason as to how he chooses. And I said, well, what about colours? He said, well, sometimes it's me picking colours that I think go nice together, and other times it's just grabbing ones that you may not have used yet, or just whatever takes my fancy when I'm rummaging around. Again, there's no set, thought process or themage to his choices. He just does random choices every time, pretty much. So, I don't know. So, even though I'm thinking Halloween, I don't think that that was what Max was thinking. It might have been, but I doubt it very, very much. So, yeah, for any of you wondering why Max makes the choices that he does, I don't know, and I don't think he does either. He's just happy to be a part of it and help me out with this. So, which is super lovely. I still haven't put any of the squares onto bags yet. I still need to figure out how I'm going to do that. But I do have the bags. And my bags are a lot bigger than the ones that Moo's covering. So they will take quite a few more squares and a bit longer to do. And I haven't sewn in any of the ends on these squares yet either. Naughty Manfa. But that's okay. There's only 2 ends per square, so it's not too horrific. I am just on the last corner of the second row of the first one. But yes, Halloweeny colours. So tell me, guys, do you celebrate Halloween? Do you do anything special for Halloween? Do you have any traditions that are common, or traditions that are just personal to you and your family? Are you not keen on Halloween? Do you not like Halloween? Um, Halloween has been getting bigger and bigger here in the UK as the years go by. Back when I was a child, yes, we did go trick or treating, but it wasn't a massive thing really. Um, but now it is a big deal. You know, nearly everybody trick or treats, nearly everybody dresses up. Even the people who answer the door to the trick or treaters are dressing up more and more and getting into the spirit of it. More and more people are going, you know, all out on, you know, house decorations and pumpkin carving, and it's all becoming a much bigger celebration than it ever used to be. My children love Halloween, of course they do. It's the candy that they love. And they also love the fact that they can dress in something a little spooky, which isn't appropriate any other time of the year, really, unless they're going to a fancy dress party or something. Um, you know, we do decorate our house for Halloween, more so, you know, in the doorway of where the trick-or-treaters are going to knock on the door. We have put outside decorations in the garden before. And you know, the windows and stuff on the lower level of the house. One year I did buy a massive spider web, um, that kind of hooked on to the guttering at the edge of the roof and came down and was stuck into the ground by spikes. And it was a really huge web that covered basically the whole front of my house. And on it was a big spider, obviously fake spider. And that went down really well. A lot of people were impressed by that. But unfortunately, because I live in the UK, it is guaranteed to rain a lot. And sadly, what that spider web and the spider was made out of didn't withstand the rain. So it was only used that once. It was a little bit pricey just to be used once, might I add. But it did cause a little bit of a stir in our neighbourhood. Um, and it was appreciated by those that were going around trick or treating. I put, you know, bunting and banners, and I've even got those rubbery window decorations that you stick on the window. Yeah, and then inside, I um don't really decorate as such. I might put, you know, a few spooky bits on the table, because most Halloweens, because they're going out trick or treating, or you know, now they're getting older, they might go to parties soon, who knows. What I tend to do is cook up a big buffet style dinner for them, just basically all sorts of nibbly bits and pieces, and just spread it out over the table, and they can keep coming back and picking at it all night long. So yeah, it's a lot of cooking at the start, but then when it's out, that is what we've got to pick on for the rest of the evening. And I also get other treats and bits and pieces like that. Always have a big bowl of candy for the trick-or-treaters, and of course if anything is left, it gets divided between the kiddos here. So yeah, that's probably about as much as we do for Halloween. Oh, the kids do carve a pumpkin each every year as well, and they're outside on a bench that I've got at the front of the house, because I've always told my children, you only trick or treat at the houses that are decorated or have a pumpkin outside, because that signifies that people do celebrate and they might actually have stuff in for trick-or-treaters. They do know that they're not to knock on every door, just the ones that make it clear that they are involved in Halloween. So yes, they put their pumpkins out the front, and alongside the decorations that I've got, everyone knows that they can knock on and trick or treat at our house. But yeah, other than that, we don't throw parties or go out or do anything massively specific, other than we have a picky buffet tea, and they can go and trick or treat and put up a few outside decorations. But yeah, you tell me, what are your traditions, and what do you normally do every Halloween? Or if if you don't celebrate, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know that, and I will try and keep note so that I don't offend anyone. But yeah, so that is our Halloween. I'd love to know how you all do it. I know it's a massive deal in the States. But if it's a massive deal where you are, let me know too, please. Um, yeah, well, that was a little conversation I wasn't expecting to have, put it that way. To be fair, guys, I never have conversations planned for these videos. I just kind of waffle on and go on my own tangents and down my own rabbit holes, to be honest with you. Um, so I never plan ahead of time what we're going to talk about. But obviously this reminded me of Halloween, so that gave me a subject matter, which is always good. Okay, so I'm just finishing off round 4, and I'm already nervous at what yarn I've got left, because I've still got 2 rounds to go, and there isn't an awful lot left, so I might have to add in some of that yarn that was before the knot. We'll have to see. But yeah, the way I do my granny rounds is the traditional, but the corners I always I don't do a chain in between the clusters. I just do cluster, cluster, cluster all the way around. And then in the corners, I do cluster, chain 2, cluster, if you were wondering. Right, half doubles this time, Sam. Half doubles. Okay. I know everyone does their granny squares slightly different, but this is a way that I have found works for me. And also in the corners, I turn and go back round the other way. So I'm constantly flipping my granny so that I don't have that obvious join seam going through the square. Again, that's just a personal choice. And like I said, some of the lovely people that are joining in along with me are doing completely different squares to me anyway, so it is just personal preference. Yeah, so here we go. We are, so I'm obviously filming this ahead of Thursday. We are gearing up to get the kiddos back to school. Mike's little girl would have gone back yesterday by the time you're seeing this. And then by the time you're seeing this, 2 of my boys will be going back today, the day you're watching this, the Thursday. And then my eldest, he's finished school, but on Monday of this week, he would have started his new venture. He is going to something known as Skills Group. And there he is going to be learning the trade of construction, and they will also help him get his test grades up, because he didn't do quite as well as he was hoping, but it doesn't matter. They will help him to get where he needs to get. So yes, he will have started that this week. It's only Monday to Wednesday, which means he'll get the Thursday off, and then he's got his little paid job that he goes to on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So he has very full weeks now. you know, getting into the adult world a little more of his independence, which is fabulous. So I will have spent this week getting the last bits ready for them to go back to school, make sure Connor's ready for his new venture. Yeah, still no news on the work front. I'm still technically employed by the people that employ me at the prison I was working at, even though it's shut down. But I'm having to go to various other prisons occasionally. There is talk of me maybe going to headquarters of the college that employs me to do some work with some of the higher management admin there, but that's 2.5 hours away by car, so I'm hoping they're not going to ask me to do that very often, but we'll see. So they are still trying to find bits and pieces for me to do, but some of the time I am working from home. Yeah, guys, I've only got that left, and I've still got the single crochet row to do, so I am going to have to join some of that cut out yarn, but that's fine. We'll deal with that in just a second. Yeah, so it's still all higgledy-piggledy and chaotic and up in the air, and it's very stressful and very frustrating and really not doing me much good at the minute, but it's all I've got. I have been looking for other jobs, so I'll keep doing that, but other than that, guys, there is no real update. Nothing has really changed. So just taking it day by day, basically. Right. I'm joining in the other bit of the orange, although I still don't think it's enough to make it around. Oh, good gravy. It's one of those scones. Okay, just joining that. Okay, so I've tied on and I've only got this little bit and I've only just started. So I'm going to crochet super tight and see if I can make it all the way around. I don't think I'm going to. I think I was shortchanged. Okay, and you know when I'm playing Yarn Chicken, I go quiet. I do apologise. We have still got the purple one to do though, so hopefully the purple one won't be a problem. Okay. Yeah, so that's you caught up on all of that. I don't know if you were all at the live I did last weekend with Amanda, where we did the vote for Impkin number 5. I have put on my community tab what all bits and pieces we're going to be creating this time around. So if you want to know more about that, go and see that. Yeah, I'm not going to make it, guys. Look, I've still got this corner down there, this corner across here. Oh, fudge sticks. I don't quite know what I'm going to do. Let's move on to the purple a second. Let's see if I can get the purple done. And I can think on what I'm going to do about the orange one. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. What was I saying? I don't even know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Impkins. There's not really a lot else to fill you in on, really, guys. You kind of... You're kind of with me in everything I do, pretty much. What you see on the channel is what I've been busy doing. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't really know. Don't know if we're going to get an Indian summer here, which is a summer later on in the year. It's cooled down quite a bit in my neck of the woods. Not that it got overly hot for very long anyway. We're lucky if we get about 10 nice days down here where I live in the UK. And already the rain and the drizzle is frequently making an appearance. So it is feeling more and more like fall every single day that passes. But I'm not complaining. I don't like it too hot anyway. The next time I'm going to complain is when it starts getting really, really cold. Because Manfa can't do too hot or too cold. So yeah, it's fast approaching autumn for us. I know that the southern hemisphere are fast approaching spring, and it's heating up for them. So anyone watching in the southern hemisphere, please stay cool and drink plenty. And those of us whose weather is cooling, make sure you're warm enough. What else is new? Not a lot, really. Just crocheting my fingers to the bone and oh, sorry, I needed a quick sip. I do apologize. I am starting to get the little niggly at the back of my head that I need to be thinking about whether I need to make any Halloween makes, whether I need to start prepping for Christmas. I did say last week that I think, as you know, when the kids are back at school and all sorted for that, I do need to concentrate on Christmas. So I think that's why it's niggling at the back of my head. I want to try and get a bit of a head start this year. And obviously with my crafting, if I've got things that I want to make as gifts, I need to kind of get a little bit of a wriggle on. But there never seems to be enough time, even though I've had loads of extra time lately, especially working from home. I still don't manage to get it all done. It's really, really bizarre. I have a fifth Boggy Creek blanket on my hooks. The main body of the blanket is done. I just need to put a border on it. So that will be blanket number 5. One of my goals for the year was to double what I donated last year. I'm really not sure if that's going to be manageable, because not only is it time, if I am going to start doing seasonal makes, then I need to kind of prioritize, my time a little bit better and work out what I need to get done. So the way I'm feeling at the minute, I will get the 5th one completed. And I just did a C2C this time, guys. Nice, quick and easy. You will see it at some point on the channel. I am seriously considering, once I've put the border on that one, maybe doing a 6th, because I've got a thing about odd numbers. I'm not keen on odd numbers. Might do a 6th and then call it quits and not reach that goal of doubling it to 8, because I did 4 last year and I wanted to do 8 this year. But then, it can be a rollover goal for next year, right? I can try and up my numbers year on year, rather than trying to be over ambitious and putting too much pressure on myself. Maybe I should just have the target of beating the amount I did the previous year, or at least the same amount. And also what I'm going to have to do is, if they do it again next year, I am going to have to start making blankets earlier in the year. I thought I was, going to be, well, I would be on target if all I did was boggy blankets, but However much I love making blankets, there are plenty other things that I want to be making as well. So if I was to start pretty much, if I was to do it all year round, it would be easier for me to meet those goals and targets when it came to blankets. So I think I'm gonna do a sixth one and then call it quits for this year. So I haven't doubled it, but I have beaten my total from last year and then scale my goals back from, for next year because it was a little over ambitious, I feel. But that's okay. That's okay because it will still be 6 blankets made with love that 6, sick kiddos will get the love and enjoyment from. So that is still a healthy donation, I think. But it is helping me bash my stash as well, which is amazing. But yeah, I need to focus I think I need to go through who I want to gift, what I plan to gift, um, go through maybe my Halloween decorations and my Christmas decorations and figure out if there's anything that I specifically want to make in that respect. And then I'll have a clearer idea of what I need to prioritize and what I need to get working on, basically. I need to organize my crafting and make sure that what I want to get done still gets done. So that's going to be a plan for upcoming makes. Do you guys make seasonal crochet items? If you've got crochet decorations, um, do you crochet stuff for gifts? Or if you're, a knitter or any other crafter, what are the things that you make for others? There might be something that you make every year. I know of someone who makes Christmas tree ornaments, but it's a different ornament each year, and she gifts one of whichever ornament she's decided to make to all of her loved ones, and she does that every year, which is super cool. Or do you leave your crafting out of your holidays and seasonal moments of the year? I'm just intrigued to know how everyone does it differently, basically. I'm just nosy. Let's just be real. I'm just nosy. But yeah, I'm gonna organize myself. Need to get it done. I also need to obviously keep an eye on those whips that are for segments of the channel. I can't fall behind on them because I want to get those done and off my hooks as well. Yeah, just powering through and getting it done and ticking it off, and yeah, I'm feeling really productive crochet wise lately. My diamond painting has taken a massive back seat. Hardly touched that at the moment. Haven't done for quite a while. I have got cross stitch kits that I wanted to dabble with and play with, but that's had to take a back seat. But yeah, I am really starting to think about Christmas, guys. I even contemplated getting my Christmas cards out the other day and starting to write my Christmas cards, so I'm a little bit prepared. But crochet one. But yes, I will be doing that shortly, I would have thought. Okay, half doubles, Sam, half doubles, half doubles, half doubles. Okay. Make sure that I don't forget that one in there. It's really tricky to get into. There we go. So yes, I am feeling the Christmas fever. And I need to... Oh no, what am I doing? Totally doing the wrong part. I was doing a half double crochet in every stitch. No, I'm doing a half double granny cluster round. Goodness gracious. Getting ahead of myself, guys. Getting ahead of myself. I think what I'm going to do with that orange square is I will pause again when we have done the purple. I will frog and I will try and remake off screen so you're not sat for another big period of time watching me fix it. But I will fix it and I will come back and show you that I've fixed it. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yipper. Sounds like a plan, Batman. So yeah, I want to start getting that nagging Christmas voice satisfied a little bit by making a start. It's really doing my head in. And Christmas is my very most favourite season and holiday of the whole year. So that might have something to do with it as well. I love Christmas. It's such a big deal for me. Such a big deal. So I suppose because I've asked you what you do for Halloween, why don't we talk about what you do for Christmas as well? I mean, there will be more Christmas chat the closer we get, obviously, but you could briefly let me know what it is that you all do, because I might be inspired and I might take some of your traditions and incorporate them in my house with my family. It's what we do, isn't it? We draw inspiration from the things around us and the people around us. That's what I do. If I particularly love an idea, I just copy it. Like I am with what I plan to do with these squares. I couldn't think of my own idea, so I copied someone else's. But that's okay. Moo knows and Moo's fine about it. Because she's awesome like that. Like I said, click that channel link down below. Check her out. Fabulous lady she is. And this is her birthday month as well. Yes, it is. It is. So yeah. Oh, the other obvious question that I haven't even asked you guys yet is, what are you crocheting on or knitting, or maybe I should reword it. What are you crafting on while you're watching this? Or are you not crafting? Am I keeping you company while you're doing chores? Am I keeping you company at work? Are you watching this at a different time of the day and you're in bed? Who knows? How am I keeping you company today? I would be fascinated to know. Yippers. I am going to do the Christmas card exchange again this year, guys. More details about that to follow, but it will be the same as the past couple of years. When I put out a video saying, I'm starting, if you would like a Christmas card from me, you have to email me with your address and a card will be sent. But we're not going to start that yet. It's way too early to start that yet, but I was going to get a head start and write mine out for those that I know would want a card. But I then decided against it, so... But it will be happening soon. It will. Right, I'm on the single crochet border round for this purple one. Hopefully we're not going to be playing yarn chicken with this one. And then, like I said, once I have done this, I will pause and I will try and fix the orange one. I don't think I've had one episode of this segment where I haven't lost at yarn chicken or had to sort something out on one of them. I think it's just going to be a given from now on, guys. But that's okay. I will not be defeated. And I'm definitely not embarrassed because it happens to us all. Oh, okay. Now I'm worrying about yarn chicken for this round as well. Goodness gracious. Oh, dear. Sorry if you hear my belly rumble because it's building up, I think. I've been very naughty. I haven't yet eaten today and I'm eagerly awaiting my dinner. So I do apologise if you hear my tummy rumble. I am indeed hungry. But it will mean that I'll eat it all up like a good girl, won't it? And there might be room for a treat afterwards. Who knows? Who knows? I do still have a box of banana pudding from Christina, actually. I was saving it because it's my last one, but I might just be tempted to make that up as pudding dessert. I've got a whole side and only that. Why are the squares being mean to me today? It's not fair. I don't think I'm going to get round. Oh, good heavens above. Why? No, right, a frogging we will go for a bit. Okay. Pull my stitches tighter. So annoying when this happens. Do you guys get annoyed by stuff like this? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Oh, come on. Don't be mean. Please don't be mean. I've still only got about the same. I didn't frog back far enough. One more attempt, and if not, I'm going to have to go off camera and do it. So that you're not sat here forever. Okay, we can do this. Come on. I love how I say we can do this. It's because I know that you're you're cheering me on and hoping that I get it done. It is only me making it though, so yeah. Come on, you can do it. Let's go, go, go. Let's go, go, go. And I also think my dinner's nearly done as well. Oh, there was the tummy rumble. Don't know if you heard it or not. Okay. Come on, Manfa. Come on, Manfa. Come on, Manfa. Now feeling pressured about dinner nearly being done as well. Come on, come on, come on. Where did I start there? Oh. You all still with me? Sorry, I've gone boring and quiet, haven't I? I do apologise. It's because I'm concentrating. If you've clicked off, I don't blame you. It's absolutely fine. Okay, we're coming up to the last side. Am I going to make it around? Am I? It's still not looking good. I'm going to try my hardest. Come on. Come on. Am I gonna do it? Am I? Still got to sort the orange one out yet. Yeah, I can hear plates being put down to be dished up. Oh, good gracious. Well, that's okay, because I'm going to be pausing anyway, so it should be a-okay. Oh, man, come on. This is deja vu of last week. It's not going to be enough. Pouty Sam, Pouty Sam. Come on. There will be enough. There will. There will. I demand it of you. Rolo. It's not the time for a bath. Still not enough, guys. Right, I'm going to pause and I am going to fix both and I will be back in just a tick. Okay, I've come back to say that I fixed the purple. It took another 2 goes, but there it is. Now time to fix the orange. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So what you don't know is I did start working on that orange square again when I paused, but then my dinner was ready. So actually what has been a second for you has been quite a while for me, because not only did I start working on the orange one again and realise it's still not working, I ate my whole dinner and then I had to frog the whole orange square and start again to try and fix it. So it has been quite a while for me, but just the blink of an eye for you. But the good news is I got it done. Of course I got it done. Couple of extra tails where I had to join in that other bit of yarn, but it is done and dusted. So finally, we have the 2 coloured squares that Max picked for us. So I think there is going to be a bit of a theme that these squares are going to be a bit of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. We will deal with it every single time, because I will not be defeated. Anyway, guys, I have kept you for the best part of an hour. Thank you so much for your patience watching me have to do the squares and redo them and pause a couple of times. But yes, we have 2 more squares to add to the pile, which is amazing. And now all that is left to do is to put Gutt back where he lives and ask Max to fill him again, ready for next week. So thank you so much for your time and your patience today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend coming up. I don't know if I'm going live or not, so keep an eye on the community tab, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love ya.